Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's time to name off my top 10 worst movies of 2015. Now there is something you should know about this list. For one, this year, just like last year, I took a little bit back for myself. I didn't see that many bad movies, so there wasn't a lot of bad movies for me to choose from for this list. But the movies that I did choose, they are fucking awful. Also, in my own subjective opinion, these are my personal picks for the worst movies of 2015. And there might be a movie on this list that you liked, which is completely fine. So if you disagree with me, write down on the comments below what is your top 10 worst list. And hell, why not make your own video? Because guess what? Everyone's doing this. So enough of that. Let's get this tie on loose and let's talk about the top 10 worst movies of 2015. And let's start off the list with number 10. Number 10. Coming in number 10 is Fantastic Four. Now, if you guys remember my review, I said this movie is not as bad as a lot of people were making out to be. Even though I said, look, it's not as bad as what people were saying, but even I can admit too, and if you look at what I said in the video, this is still a bad movie. I was not going to put Fantastic Four on this list because, again, I didn't think it was that bad, even though it was a bad film. But since I didn't see a lot of bad movies this year, I had to put it on the list. And you know what? It is warranted because there's just so many bad things that went on from this film. And you heard about all the trouble that went on behind the scenes of this film. It shows when you watch this movie. And like how I said, the first half of the Fantastic Four film is actually not that bad. It's actually quite interesting. You're like, okay, this can go in a really good direction. But then when the film cuts to 1 year later, that's when you see, okay, that's when Fox came in and just started raping the movie from Josh Trank's vision. And all it did was just bury it even deeper into the ground. And yeah, there ain't gonna be no more Fantastic Four movies for a long time. Number 9. Now, coming in number 9 was a film that I did not review, but I did see it, and this movie was Magic Mike Double XL. Now, when I went to go see this movie, I was in a theater full of women. The theater was packed full of women. There was probably a couple of guys, boyfriends and husbands. I felt so bad for those guys, but I was there, and yeah, the girls were going insane for Magic Mike Double XL. Like, I'm not even kidding. One girl, I'm pretty sure I heard this correctly. She was like, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm wet. I was like, what the hell? Calm down. Holy shit. While there were a couple of redeemable parts in this movie, you know, the cast, like Channing Tatum, Joe Manganiello, and Gabriel Iglesias, and the rest of the cast, they had good chemistry. You know, they felt like bros. And there was some funny stuff in the movie that actually made me laugh. I was like, okay, that was pretty funny. The rest of the movie just has no plot. It's just so damn boring. There's no substance whatsoever. And I was like, oh my God, what am I watching? Literally, the whole movie is like this. I know, that was unsettling, but that's how I felt watching Magic Mike Double XL. Number 8. Coming in at number 8 is Poltergeist, and here's the funny thing. I haven't seen the original Poltergeist film. So going into this, I was like, okay, I have nothing to base this film on. I have nothing to compare it to, so let's just watch the film on its own. And on its own, it's just not a good movie. And to me, the best part of this entire film was Sam Rockwell. He really gave a good performance in the film. I really liked his character. The scares do not work. They're just jump scares. I'm telling you, it's pissing me off. You guys know how much I hate jump scares because it's just loud noises. It's nothing scary, and while there's something silent, and it's like, oh man, what's gonna happen? Then boom, a loud musical chord happens. Like, oh man, that's not scary. Number 7. Coming in at number 7 is The Boy Next Door. To me, The Boy Next Door is a porno film that has no sex scenes at all, with porno acting, a porno story, and things that don't make sense. You know, the guy's like, oh man, look how hot this girl is. And I love how the film tries to make it, you know, not, you know, kind of creepy at all, that this older woman's having sex with this guy, you know, in his high school. It's like, oh no, it's okay. He's a high school dropout, so he's like 22 or 21 years old. Yeah, no. You're not getting away with that. Some of the dialogue in this film is so laughable. There's this one scene where Jennifer Lopez tells the guy, go fuck yourself. But then he starts to dry hump her, and he's like, but I want to fuck you. I'm like, what the hell is that? And this is supposed to be a serious thriller film. But when you want to watch the film, it's actually a great comedy. So if you want to have a lot of laughs, watch The Boy Next Door, because it becomes an unintentional, big, funny comedy. At some points, I was like, man, I'm just enjoying myself because this is just so bad. It's actually kind of good at some points, but it's still a bad film.
Number 6.
Coming at number 6 is Jupiter Ascending. And oh man, what a downturn the Wachowskis have had since the first Matrix. And Eddie Redmayne, while he is a really great actor and he just won his Oscar for Theory of Everything, in this film, he's just awful. He literally speaks like this.
You should get her because she is necessary to us. And I sound like an old man.
And there's this one scene where he just screams out of nowhere. I was like, it's just so hilarious. And he's supposed to be intimidating. But you just laugh at him because like, what the hell is wrong with your voice, bro? And while the film has beautiful visual effects and the action scenes are really well done, you just don't care for anything. You don't care for the plot. The plot just makes no sense. Nor the characters. You don't care for them. And in the film, Mila Kunis' character gets kidnapped 3 times. Like the first time she gets kidnapped, it's like, okay. The second time, really? Again? Oh my god. Then the third time, like, oh my god. Make up your mind. Do you want to be kidnapped or not? Holy shit, man.
Number 5.
Alright, we're getting down to the top 5 worst films of the year. And coming at number 5 is Taken 3. Those of you who have been subscribed to me, you guys know that I hate when action films have too many cuts in this film with shaky cam. And with Taken 3, it was that. The action scenes had so many cuts and it was filled with shaky camera. I was like, I can't even enjoy this film with the camera shaking all over the place. The guy has epilepsy or something and there's just so many cuts. Like Liam Neeson could throw a punch and they're right there, just that one punch, there's like 10 different cuts. And then when you actually look at some of the fight scenes, you can tell the punch is not even connecting. It's like, what the hell is going on? And one of the villains, I'm not even lying, he has the haircut that Jim Carrey had in Dumb and Dumber. He has the pumpkin pie haircut.
Number 4.
Coming in at number 4 is Mordecai. And oh man, while Johnny Depp in this year's Black Mass, that new film that came out, people are saying, okay, finally Johnny Depp is back. He gave a great performance. I didn't see the film, but I did see this movie. And holy shit, it is bad. And when I was watching Mordecai, I was just so bored. Like the film tried to do comedy. Again, comedy. And I was not laughing. I was just laying there like, oh my god. Again, I was trying to fall asleep. I was like, oh wait, I gotta wake. Because the film was just so uninteresting. And Johnny Depp, he's a great actor. He's just terrible in this movie. You don't even know what's going on in the film, actually. You don't even know what the hell's going on. And you just don't care. You just want to get the hell out of there, away from this turd.
Number 3.
Alright, we're now getting down to the wire. The top 3 worst pieces of shit of 2015. And coming in at number 3 is Paranormal Activity: The Ghost Dimension. Now, I didn't review this movie either like Magic Mike. And I saw this film very late, in preparation for this list. And oh my god, I'm just so freaking down with the Paranormal Activity franchise. And it's funny, last year I put the marked ones on the worst list as well. But here's the thing, at least with the marked ones, the first 30 to 40 minutes, there's some enjoyment there because it's actually kind of funny. In this film, there's nothing. It's just so dreadful. The acting is so bland. It is the exact same fucking thing that we have seen in every film. This is supposedly the last movie in the Paranormal Activity franchise. And guess what? It didn't tie up jack shit. There's still questions that we have. It's not one of those films that it's like, oh man, there's so many interesting questions that are left unanswered. No, it's just like angry questions like, why the fuck is this still happening? Where's the character? You're just angry. I was angry watching this film. Nothing was happening in this segment of the film. So I was like, okay, let me just fast forward 10 to 15 minutes. And nothing progressed in the story. Nothing happened. It was just a guy and the camera is like, oh, let's do this. Oh.
Number 2.
Coming in at number 2 is 50 Shades of Grey. This movie is just so terrible. The acting is so wooden. You don't care for anybody. Best thing in this film was the cinematography. The cinematography was actually not that bad. It was actually pretty good for this type of film. And the main female protagonist is such a weak character. In a year when you had Charlize Theron as a strong female character, and you had Rey from Star Wars The Force Awakens, a lot of strong female characters this year, you had such a weak female character where she wasn't making decisions on her own. There were some points where Christian Grey was making decisions for her. She's like, I didn't know what to decide. I was like, oh my god, you're even worse than Bella Swan.
Number 1.
Alright, number 1. The worst effing movie of this year by far is Transporter Refueled. When I uploaded my review for Transporter Refueled, a bunch of fucking accounts started spamming my channel, giving links to where you could watch Transporter Refueled. I was like, what the hell? Just because I didn't like the movie? It was just me and this other guy way at the bottom of the auditorium. And I was just so disinterested in the movie that I made 3 videos and posted them on Twitter because I was just so bored. I was trying to look for entertainment. The only good thing in this film is Ray Stevenson. His character was actually pretty cool, but nothing in this film is redeemable. Everything is just awful. The villains are awful. Everything. What more can I say? You see me. Look what it's done to me. And that is why Transporter Refueled is number 1 on my top 10 worst movies of 2015. So guys, that was on my list for the top 10 worst movies of 2015. Where'd you guys get my list? Do you guys agree with it or do you guys disagree with it? Please let me know in the comments below. And again, if you disagree with me, write your own top 10 worst list down in the comments below. Remember, film is subjective. Everyone has their own different taste in film. So if you found a film that you liked on this list and you don't agree with me, that's completely fine. Just let me know in the comments below what was your list. Once again, guys, thank you so much for supporting my channel this year. 2015 was another great year for me here on YouTube. It was a fun ride, and keep an eye out for 2016 because I have big plans ahead for this channel for what I'm going to do. And once again, guys, just thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my video. It really means a lot. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, have a nice day.